Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and today we are checking out one of the latest and greatest offerings by Akko. We're talking about the MOD68 HE. Full disclosure, Akko is sponsoring this video, but all of my thoughts and opinions are 100% my own. Inside the box, you get a combination keycap / switch puller, a gold-plated USB A to C cable, which is about 1.7 meters in length, a convenient Akko-branded dust cover to keep your keyboard nice and dust-free. You also get a small Allen key that is used to undo the screws on the board, and of course the manual and the keyboard. Now let's talk features. I know reading specs is not exactly fun, but the MOD68 HE features a 65% ISO layout. In case you didn't know, it's CNC'd out of an aluminum block, so this one definitely has some heft to it. Mine over 8 kilo heavy, and keep in mind this is the wired version. The wireless version also sports a 10,000 milliamp battery, so that means it will be significantly more heavy than this one. Not only that, it's also gasket mounted with 8,000 Hz polling rate and the scanning rate set at 16K. It's honestly just insane the specs this one has for this kind of price. RT precision is down to 0.005, so it's going to be extremely precise. And of course, it's cross-compatible with mainstream magnetic switches. So basically, you just head on over to the Akko Cloud driver, or you can use the web driver, and you select there which switches you want to change out. By default, this one comes with some very interesting switches, and since we're talking about them, Akko fitted this one with the Astro AIM magnetic switches. Ooh, sounds fancy, right? But are they actually any good? And I'm happy to report they're quite awesome. Now, of course, these are linear switches. We're talking about a gaming board here. They feel very consistent and smooth, and yes, they are pre-lubed. The initial force of 45 grams, at least for me, ensures that I never get accidental presses. I love a light touch, but if it's too light, then you get all sorts of accidental presses just by hovering basically over your keys. Keep in mind that these being magnetic switches, you can set your own actuation point individual per key, one of the big advantages to Hall effect boards. One thing I'm not a fan of are these keycaps included. Now don't get me wrong, they look freaking amazing, but the problem with they're matte on top and shiny on the side. I'm talking about piano black level of shine, which means if I look at them funny or long enough, they'll get smudged. I'm not sure if shiny plastic is the ideal place when it comes to keycaps, but again, the top part, the part that you actually touch consistently, that one is matted out, so they are okay. When it comes to the sound profile, what you may like, I may not like, it's a subjective thing. These sound more clanky than funky, not funky, funky. These are clacky. It's hard to explain, but make sure to watch at the end of the video. You're gonna get yourself a full sound typing test to get a better idea of how this one sounds. Keep in mind that all of your keycaps and the switches themselves can be switched out for your own individual preferences. Now, the specs themselves sound really juicy and nice, but how is the actual gaming performance? Is it any good? And I'm happy to report basically the keyboard has been flawless. I got absolutely nothing to complain about. In terms of performance or esports chops, the MOD68 HE basically has what you need. Not only does it have the 8K polling rate and the 16K scanning rate, but also has important competitive features such as DKS or dynamic keystroke, mod tab, toggle key, SOCD, or snap key. Now, some gamers use these advantages and some gamers prefer not to. Keep in mind that certain games don't really like you using very advanced features such as this one, but it's important to actually have them on your board. And the Akko MOD68 HE definitely has them, and they're very simple to use through the web driver. This is what I focused on during this video. I wanted to see how easy it is to actually use the web driver, because this keyboard is aimed at beginners just trying to get into magnetic boards or Hall effect boards. And happy to report that their cloud driver definitely works a treat. It's simple, it's straightforward. Basically, you got all of your customization there, and any gamer in theory should be able to easily set up their board, play around with the RGB, make all the settings for the Hall effect switches, and so on and so forth. One thing that should be mentioned, however, it's nice that you don't have to actually install software on your computer, but if you want to update the board, you will have to enable the IoT driver, so bear that one in mind. Now, I want to round out my thoughts and my overall experience with the MOD68 HE by Akko, and I gotta be honest with you, this one definitely looks and feels like a premium product. It's CNC out of aluminum, and it's precisely CNC'd. No issues whatsoever. You put your hand on this, you know it's a premium product, and you know it's kind of dangerous, so bear that one in mind. It is quite heavy. I even undid the screws on the side so I can see the actual gasket mounted layout and see what kind of materials they use and how it looked. And honestly, mwah, it's absolutely beautiful. Very well done. Good job, Akko. I really don't have a lot to complain when it comes to the board itself, especially considering the price point. However, because there's also a bit of criticism here, I am not sure if these keycaps were definitely the way to go. Again, the sound profile might be something that is subjective, but the see-through part, while some players might enjoy RGB, some I know for a fact do not. Keep in mind, you can turn off the RGB if you don't like it. Again, glossy plastic on the side gets easily smudged and dirty. I don't think that's a fantastic idea. But one thing that really contrasts to the quality of the board is the accessories included. Now, don't get me wrong, the USB cable is fine for what it is, but when you include a keycap puller that is so flimsy and so cheap feeling, because that's what it is, and you put it next to a board such as this one, you create this contrast of quality. In my opinion, rather than include something like that, not include it at all, because again, this is a quality board, and that keycap puller would suggest otherwise, and it's a crying shame. Outside of that, keep in mind that you can always change your keycaps on these boards with basically whatever you want. You'll find tons and tons of keycaps on the market, and the switches can be switched out as well, though I do love these ones. They're absolutely fantastic. And the board itself, they lay out, the build quality is top-notch, and you got all of the features there for a pretty good price. Speaking about price, right now they're having a Black Friday. Everybody, Black Friday deal! Yes, and you will find discount codes in the comment section and in the description down below, which means you can get this one for a steal. As always, my name has been Lazer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share the channel, subscribe only if you enjoy the content, and I'll catch you fantastic people in the next one.